Hello everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Hope you're doing well today. How would you describe your strategy for aging? Aging with grace and gratitude is the way that I want to talk about it today. I just think those two G words are the most powerful words in the aging process, and we've talked about them before here at 60 and Me, but I want to go into a little bit more detail because I think that there's a synergy between the two. There's a way that they actually operate together. Now, gracefully may not be how you describe yourself aging. I know we've had fun with this word in the past, and we've asked people, how are you aging? What adverb would you use? And it's, creatively, passionately, kookily, wisely, there's whole kinds of ly words that you might use to describe your aging process, and maybe gracefully is not one of them. And in fact, many people are disgracefully aging or want to age disgracefully, because gracefully often has this aura of gentleness and kindness and acquiescence and just being surrendering kind of gracefully. Wearing the pearls. Actually, I'm actually wearing a sparkly necklace today, but it's like graceful, socially acceptable way of aging, and maybe that's not the way that you want to. But I think there's a way of looking at grace which is more spacious and more important than just thinking about wearing traditional clothes or wearing or being kind of subservient or quiet. That's not for me what grace personally is. But anyway, aging is a complicated business. We know this, and everybody is trying their best to find their own unique style. But embracing the beauty of growing older, I think, is the way that gratitude and grace can play together. Now, gratitude and aging. Grace in aging is about facing the realities and the changing characteristics of aging with dignity and acceptance. It's not a surrender. It's not making you feel weaker or, like less powerful, but it's that you got to do with a sense of, I get it. I understand this. I'm older. These things are changing. It's kind of an abundant acceptance. It's not sort of criticizing or being, kind of harsh with yourself. I'm just reaching for my fan because it's really, really hot. Anybody else dealing with hot weather right now? Whew. I love the weather. I do love warm weather, but when it's kind of close and humid, that's when it starts to get a little bit crazy for me. But anyway, I'm talking about grace. I'm dealing with it with grace. I've got a fan. But anyway, gratitude in aging is actually kind of tied to that, because it's through understanding that there is an acceptance and an abundance and a beauty in the process of aging that you can then be grateful for it. And I know that sometimes we face situations in our lives where we don't feel very happy with where we've ended up, or we didn't think through this situation or that situation, and we're now dealing with kind of emotional turmoil that we didn't really think we would be, and so it's hard to be grateful for those kinds of things. But when you get right down to it, right down to the basis of gratitude, it's really powerful, and it fuels a graceful acceptance and understanding. Grace gives you kind of the framework for openness and acceptance, and gratitude is just the way that takes you deeper and to be more comfortable and at peace with that graceful approach. Okay, I need my brush. It is so hot. Can you see? This is a good test for my makeup, I guess, isn't it? Whether it's going to last the whole few minutes of this video. Anywho, so grace and gratitude can both end up being really, really strong contributors to your mental health. It can help you to reduce stress. And there is a ton of research, apparently, that I haven't read all the research, but this article, I can't think who the person wrote this one. I'll leave the details below. But that shows that there is enough research right now that shows there are some really valid contributory outcomes of gratitude and grace. First is just improved psychological wellness. You just feel like you're in control of your life, that you're happy with your life. How many of you are happy with your life? Question. I don't know. I mean, I get so many emails from people who are regretting decisions that they've made, that really can't, move forward because of those decisions. A lot to do with children, a lot of estrangement, and I know that a lot of you are going through all of that. But to actually put the dual attitude of grace and gratitude together, I think you start to realize that you've got to accept it in a way, but you've got to remember and be grateful for the lessons that you've learned and the things that people are maybe offering you, in putting a mirror up to you. Maybe, I know it's hard to admit that you've made mistakes. It's hard to say that you may have done things in a way that doing your best, absolutely, but just in a way that didn't work. It didn't work the way that you wanted them to. Anyway, I think that the psychological kind of well-being is a definite outcome of those two things of acceptance and gratitude, grace and gratitude. Also, I think it's got to do with your enhanced resilience, your ability to bounce back from these things. And it's not, I hope this isn't distracting to have my fan going in the background. I just am too hot to talk. So anyway, gratitude is like linked to feeling that you can cope. You can just get on with this. You can bounce back, whatever it is you're going through. You're grateful for what you've learned from it. I know that that's a big thing we talk about here on 60andMe a lot. Is that every life experience is a lesson, and it's a lesson that we can learn from and be grateful for it. I mean, my medical situation I went through, I've talked about it a gazillion times, but it's a wake-up call, and I'm grateful for that. If a friendship doesn't quite go the way that you want it to, and you have to let that person go, or they let you go, it's a wake-up call. It's a lesson. It's a positive thing to be grateful for. Every door that opens is a new, a step forward, and very, very important for that kind of ability to cope. This is a crazy world, and the resilience that we need is deep. It's not just being able to find a solution, which we're good problem solvers, but it's not just that. It's more than that. It's actually getting it at a deeper level. Another thing that gratitude and grace together as a sort of a combined acceptance and gratitude is sleep. Now we know, and I've talked about this many times, and I don't mean to keep kind of pushing it towards you, but it's true. Sleep is like the most important healing thing that we can do when we get older. Now, I'm probably the worst one to talk about this because I don't have a normal sleep routine. I actually go to sleep quite early and wake up very early, but I do get enough sleep in hours, and I think it's good sleep. But simply by, being in the morning, as I mentioned before, my gratitude exercise, just being grateful for not just the people, in my family, in my friendships, but for the bigger picture, for you, for this community, for the gift that I've been given of the trust of all of you. It's just amazing, and I'm really, really, honestly, very, very grateful. But the idea of being grateful and having this sense of wonder and joy is a powerful, contributor to good sleep, and that has all kinds of benefits with your mental well-being and your health, just well-being. The way your body functions. Another thing is to be just generally satisfied with life. How many of you would say that you're really satisfied with your life right now? I would be surprised if everybody put up their hand immediately to that, because I think a lot of people think that things could be different, could be better, could have been, that decision may have led in a different direction. But I think that, given all the challenges and opportunities of aging, don't look back, that you're not going that way. You're going forward. You're going forward into a new decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, whatever we are blessed with. And we have these challenges are sometimes overwhelming, but with that simple practice of gratitude and grace, I think that we can be at peace as we move forward. Yeah, there's changes in our physical appearance. Yes, our health is going to be changing. It happens. It's life. But embracing those opportunities that come from just having a few more years on this beautiful planet to live and to share and to teach and to be an influence to our grandchildren, to our friends, and to each other and to yourself. Give yourself the gift of grace. Grace in the sense of embracing yourself. You don't have to be graceful in the real world. You can be very disgraceful if you like. You can be crazy. You can be kooky. You can be all those adverbs that you want to be. But the one that I think that's overriding is to have an acceptance and love for your life and enjoying it. Hope that you found this useful conversation. I think living life authentically, living it with passion and purpose is my goal, and hope it is perhaps for you too. But if you've got any comments about how you'd like to age, if it's not gracefully, how would you like to age? I'm totally open to that. But do you accept this kind of combination of grace and gratitude as being a way to age beautifully and to live beautifully as you get older? Shifting my gears to living beautifully as well as aging beautifully. It's all the same. Take good care, everybody. Have a fabulous day wherever you are, and sending you lots and lots of love.